Welcome to Thriving Teacher Talk. I'm your host, Jillian Fernandez. I'm a former teacher from New York turned full-time mom and teacherpreneur on a mission to help you create a profitable and sustainable income selling your teaching resources or services. I'm here to make your life easier by giving you the best advice, trainings, and mindset shifts to grow your business, and most importantly, save you time and sanity. Hello, and thank you for joining me today on another episode of Thriving Teacher Talk. If you're a loyal listener, you're probably also a teacher and most likely a Teachers Pay Teachers seller. So I actually wanted to talk to you a little bit more about Teachers Pay Teachers today. So raise your hand if you've heard any of the following things about Teachers Pay Teachers. Number one, in order to be successful in selling your resources on TPT, you need to have advanced skills and technology. You need to be artsy or to be able to create quote unquote cute resources. Number two, in order to be a successful Teachers Pay Teacher seller, you need to spend hours working on your resources and making an online presence. Or number three, you're a teacher, so you should not be charging for your resource that you create and give them all to other teachers for the good of the students. Now, I'm willing to bet that you've heard at least one of these statements. Here's the thing. None of these are true. Today, we're going to dive into these myths and why you should pay no mind to these comments. So myth number one was you need to be advanced with technology or tech savvy to be a successful Teachers Pay Teacher seller. Now, the first myth that I want to just kind of bust is the belief that in order to be successful, advanced tech skills or be tech savvy. Often people look at the resources on TPT and they're in awe of how these resources look. But here's the thing. Most of the resources that we see that have like clip art on it or fancy things are actually not made by that particular creator. So many sellers buy the art or the clip art, they buy templates, or they might even have a team to help them. Does this make these creators any less amazing? Absolutely not. However, knowing this makes it less intimidating. You do not need to be a pro at technology, and you do not have to be quote unquote cute to be successful. I've talked to many people who believe that these creators use high-tech software to make the templates that you see. And the reality is that most creators are using either Google Slides, Google Sheets, PowerPoint, or Canva. And all of these resources you can actually get quickly and are very user-friendly. So the question comes, what does it take to be a successful TPT seller? It takes hard work, creativity, and passion because selling anything online takes hard work and dedication. Even if your resources are not the cutest ones in the store, if you have lessons that are going to help other teachers, you will sell your products. Teachers are looking for success and help with engaging their students. If you have a resource that's going to do that for them, they're going to buy that resource. Let's face it, oftentimes teachers tweak what they buy online to fit their personality anyway. So do you need to have a perfectly artsy or cute product to sell? Absolutely not. If you feel you need to make your resources more high-tech or look a certain way, you always have the option of outsourcing your work with someone who specializes in that sort of thing, or you can get pre-made templates to help you get started. There are always options, so do not let this stop you from going after your dreams. This is one of the reasons that there are over 100 resource templates included in Thriving Teacher Academy, my signature course. So many teachers would tell me that starting from scratch was taking way too long, especially after working all day and possibly taking care of their own kids and family as well. There just wasn't enough time in the day to get it all done. So having templates that are ready made can really help with saving time, sanity, and effort when it comes to creating high quality and in-demand resources. This could be the exact thing that you may need to feel confident with getting started or continuing to grow your own store. Okay, myth number two is that you need to spend hours each day creating and representing your brand. Now, does it take hard work in order to make these resources, sell them, and build your brand? Of course it does. I'm not saying that it doesn't. What I am saying is that thinking you need to spend hours on this is just not true. Let's take a look at an analogy we can all relate to. I want you to picture a successful teacher. What's that image in your mind like? When you think of this teacher, do you think of someone who spends endless hours on lesson plans, grading, extracurricular activities, and all this paperwork? Or do you picture a teacher who engages their students in their lessons, makes connections, and strives to do better? Most likely, you think of the second option. Just like you don't need to spend endless hours behind the scenes of teaching, you also do not need to spend endless hours on your store. Instead of spending hours, it's more about consistency. As long as you're posting new resources on a consistent basis, your store will grow and you'll have other teachers purchasing the things that you have to offer. In addition to endless hours, many teachers believe they need to create the perfect resource that's never been done before, something that's never ever been seen. But the truth is, all of the resources that we need are right in front of you. As a teacher, you create these unique lessons all of the time, or unique ways to engage your students. Use these ideas and lessons to help guide you to create what other teachers could use in their own classrooms as well. On top of that, if your brand does begin to grow rapidly and you find you are starting to spend countless hours on trying to keep up, you can look into getting yourself a virtual assistant or someone to help you on the back end with those tasks that maybe take some time that you don't necessarily need to be hands-on for. This will help you with some of those duties and save you some additional time that you don't really need to spend that time on. We're going to be looking at the last Teachers Pay Teachers myth, but first, a message from our sponsor. My premier course, Thriving Teacher Academy. Now, Thriving Teacher Academy was specifically designed to help teacherpreneurs develop a brand with impact, streamline your creation process, be confident in your design and quality, market effectively, and so much more. This is seriously the course I wish I had when I started my TPT store, and it comes with so many incredible practical tutorials, templates, and tips, plus the most amazing private Facebook community. Like, it seriously is. Now, doors will be opening for the Academy in the summer, but you can learn more and join the waitlist at www.jillianfernandez. That's all one word, jillianfernandez.com/thriving teacher academy. And you can find the link in the show notes. I can't wait to see you there. And now, last up, let's talk about the myth that you should be giving all your hard work away at no cost, or the thought that other teachers just won't buy your resources. We've actually talked about this topic before. It was in episode 19 in a lot more detail, and I'm bringing it up again. Can you tell it's close to my heart? Because another huge myth that I hear is that you're not going to be able to sell your resources and products because other teachers are not going to buy them. I've heard this before and was curious why this was. The reason? Teachers don't buy other teachers' resources because they'd rather create it on their own, or that we should just be giving things away for the good of the students. These are the reasons that I've heard before. But as teachers, we know this is so far from the truth. Take yourself back to a stressful day of teaching and lesson planning. I know we've all experienced one of these days. Those days where you feel like you just can't think of anything engaging. You spend hours trying to come up with the perfect lesson, or think about how many times you were suddenly transferred to a different grade level. You think, oh man, I have students coming in a week and I have no plans. How much would you have paid to have a worksheet or more just available at your fingertips? The number isn't there. Your resource is the solution to that problem that these teachers are facing. Teachers are never-ending learners. We want to better ourselves and continue learning, and we want the best for our students. We know that no matter how good of a teacher we are, we can always be better. The best way to learn and to better your teaching is to learn from other teachers. And Teachers Pay Teachers is the perfect opportunity for this. Before, there was no way to learn from teachers across the country. And now you have countless resources and lesson plans from other teachers that you can use and personalize to you. Why wouldn't other teachers want to invest in this? I think part of the issue is this perception of teachers in society that teachers give so much of their time to their students, to administration, to parents, and it's become the norm for teachers to do extra work solely out of the goodness of their hearts. We hear that we should share all of the things that we have just to benefit all of the students. So because of this, many teachers feel that they shouldn't sell their resources because they should just give it away, and that's so far from the truth. Other teachers need your resources, and you should not feel guilty about it. You're providing them with a resource that is helpful to them. If you want to dive deeper into this topic, I do highly suggest you go listen to or watch, if you're here on YouTube, episode 19. So have you heard any of these myths before, or are there other myths that you've heard of? Let me know your thoughts by leaving a comment on this episode. Also, come join in on the conversation in our Thriving Teacher Facebook group. You can find that link in the show notes as always. I can't wait to chat with you next time as we continue to learn and grow our stores together. If you loved this episode, be sure to subscribe so you can catch all new episodes, leave a review if something resonated, or just send me a DM. I would love if you shared this episode in your Instagram stories, and don't forget to tag me. It would mean the world to me for you to spread the word about this podcast to other teachers. Thank you for letting me into your business and your life today. We're going to love growing together as you create a profitable and sustainable income selling your teaching resources or services. I'm so honored to be here to make your life a little bit easier with the best advice, training, and mindset shifts to grow your business, and most importantly, save you time and sanity. And I'll see you in the next one.